Okay, that's a good start. I was just
Hey
told that
yo, hey yo.
the intro video didn't play, so that's a hell of a start to this show.
Fantastic.
But what is going on, everybody? Hope y'all had a good weekend. We are here on a Monday here, the Quarantine Kings. We got Justin filling in again for Ronnie. Justin, how was your weekend?
Um, no complaints, man. Solid, solid.
Yeah.
Little work on Saturday. I was able to, I was texting with you. I was able to, I broke down. Don't judge me. I broke down. I took the $10 sub for the WWE Network for research purposes only.
Of course, of course.
Um, to follow. So I was able to catch the back half of the Rumble. So that was cool. And yeah, just all in all, no complaints, man. Solid weekend. How about yourself?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Did a little bit of work around the house, backyard specifically, because we had a lot of wind during the week, so that took a bit of cleaning up to do. But yeah, and then watched a little bit of soccer, a little bit of hockey, a little basketball, of course, the Royal Rumble. But yeah, on all, it wasn't too bad of a weekend. Thank you very much for joining us again with
Oh yeah,
again
no
Ronnie
worries, man.
with Ronnie on the lam running from Arkansas Slim. We don't actually know his current location,
Nobody knows.
but as long as this guy doesn't know Ronnie's current location, then
Yeah,
I
we're
think
okay
everything's all
then.
copacetic.
We're okay then.
Actually, I forgot. Since I got you filling in, I made a special banner for us taking over instead of the normal Quarantine Kings banner.
Oh, you put
We
my
got
name
yeah.
first too. What a
We,
gentleman.
oh, of course, man. Got to feature the
What a
spotlight.
what a gentleman.
But yeah, let's get in. We got a couple comments early. Of course, Nick, as always, suck at mosquitoes.
Suck at
That
mosquitoes is
that might
good.
as well be the slogan of the show.
Timeless,
Nick
timeless.
also not happy with the winner of the Rumble. Suck it,
Oh,
Edge.
you didn't like old great old silver chest? Silver hair chest? Old silver chest?
And then Nick, but he also does say hire you full time. So there we
Yes,
go.
they already have hired me. I won't disclose the salary, but it's not substantial.
If you're getting paid at all, you're getting paid more than me for this. So be happy about that. But actually, see, oh no, oh no. C's predicting that Slim's going to track him down.
He's tracking dogs
Oh,
with chihuahuas, believe it or not. Fierce chihuahuas, like
just
rabid, rabies-infested chihuahuas.
those things will bite your ankles. They'll bite your kneecaps. They'll be playing D line for the Lions next year. That's what's going on with those Chihuahuas.
It will indeed.
And it's Sarah always reminding us that Tom Brady does in fact wear Uggs. So hey,
Yeah, he does. He does. Wears Uggs and goes to Super Bowls. I mean, if that's the trade-off, I'm willing to rock a pair of those fuzzy boots myself. So,
yeah. Hey, that's fair enough. But yeah, let's get into a little bit of the news of the weekend. In fact, I'm glad that you're on here because the first thing we can touch on, speaking of NFL quarterbacks, you being the Lions insider that we have, the big news of the weekend, of course, Matt Stafford going from the Lions to the Rams in exchange for two future first rounds, a third round, and Jared Goff. Um, I mean, it's kind of a big deal. Stafford back out in LA. I mean, Goff is just kind of the definition of just like a quarterback that's real basic, just going to throw like 8-10 yard passes all the time. Now they got a dude that can sling it. What are your thoughts on this for the Rams?
um, well, um, I don't know if you heard this before. Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw played high school baseball together. I don't know if
I I
I don't know if
think
you
I've heard that once or twice
so
before. I think.
so it's gonna be fun to in fact I even got a little involved in some of the Twitter memes and stuff like that of like the Kershaw driving Stafford around LA and things of that nature. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of Kershaw at his games and vice versa. So that'll be fun. I think it's a good move for the Rams. They are one of those teams that you could argue is a uh-oh.
Valerie's
Um,
also she's heard the same thing. Yes.
yeah, she has. Um, So it's one of those things where I think it's a good move for the Rams. You get a healthy Aaron Donald, you got Jalen Ramsey on the back end. You're able to bring those guys back. It's just I think I'm wondering the same thing. Other people are wondering where are they getting this money? What's up with their salary cap situation? I know Brad Holmes, the new Lions GM, came from the Rams organization. I'm sure this was kind of a favor thing to Les Snead. Obviously, they had substantial offers. They're getting multiple first rounders in this one. I'm partial to Stafford. I've heard multiple
Mhm.
people say, like the Rams really jobbed, the Lions on this one, or vice versa. Sorry, the Lions
Yeah,
really
yeah.
jobbed on this one. But I look at it as they're getting the first round picks for the next 2 years. I do not see the Rams not at least making the playoffs the next 2 seasons as long as Stafford can stay healthy. If they keep those guys around, the young running backs, you bring back Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. In that McVay offense, Stafford's he's gonna feast. So I think it's a good move for the Rams, especially. I'm glad to not see Stafford come to Washington. I didn't want him in my division. But I'm sure you had heard some of the rumors too. They'd said that Stafford was on vacation in Cabo with his wife, and McVay was also on vacation in
McVay
Cabo
happened to
with
be
his
there as
fiance.
well.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they were able to meet up and have dinner after the trade was finalized and things of that nature. So it's good. I feel like shit. Detroit's just stuck with Jared Goff's fat contract, so we'll see what they can do with that. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. That's not who I expected. I figured San Francisco would be able to throw enough at him to maybe bring him that direction. But yeah, good for the Rams, man. They're going to be really tough to deal with. I think they're going to be one of the favorites out of the NFC. Pending health. Obviously, you could say that about a lot of teams, but Seattle's had their struggles. Their defense is falling apart. Russell Wilson, really broke down towards the latter half of the season. And then,
Mhm.
Arizona's up and coming. Arizona's a dangerous team, but San Francisco, we don't know what their quarterback situation is going to look like either. So clearly, they were in the market to get rid of Jimmy G. So who knows? We'll see. I've also heard today a lot of traction getting built up from people saying that San Francisco is now going to target Kirk Cousins out of Minnesota. So if that's something they do, who knows? I mean, obviously Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay are similar. Clearly, these young, hot, new offensive coordinator type head coaches, they have really short leashes on how long they're willing to wait on a young quarterback. So,
Mhm.
not to say that Jimmy G's super young, but this is something that kind of caught me off guard too. That they're looking for Kirk Cousins. That feels like a lateral move. Doesn't feel, like a vertical. Like it doesn't.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Like I had read that this morning too, and I thought, like, really, Kirk Cousins? Like that's your big move? I don't know. It just that one doesn't entice me. But I gotta say, I really like Stafford to the Rams. They're already a playoff team, and that's with, like I said, just like a perfectly just average, again, short pass game manager type quarterback. Now they got a guy that can fling it, throw it deep, throw it around. I think it's nothing but a win for them, and they're definitely in like just a win now attitude. They know, like, hey, we've got a couple years here. Let's really go for it. We'll worry about the future in the future. Let's try and win it now. You made some great points. Like, yeah, it's definitely got to make them the favorite in the division. Unless Seattle can bulk up their O line, fix their defense. So their defense played decent the last half of the year,
Yeah.
but Seattle still got some holes to fill. It's big for the Rams and for the Lions. I had texted you this weekend. I didn't even know that the Rams had first round picks to trade away. I thought they traded away all their first round picks for the
Yeah.
next 20 years.
Yeah.
So
No, you and me both, buddy. You and me both. So,
but the Lions get a nice, get a decent haul back. You made a great point. Like, they're not going to get the game changer picks because those first round picks are going to be probably for the back half of the draft. But you can still get some nice role players in there. Maybe even find, some guy that just kind of fell through the cracks. And Detroit's obviously in full rebuild mode.
yeah.
They'll probably use Goff for the rest of his contract, but they're definitely going to draft somebody young and say, all right, let's find our next guy for the future. I don't really. I guess it just depends if you look long term or short term on who you think the winner and losers. I think in ways kind of both teams win in this one. So I wasn't really against it. I thought it was a pretty fair deal for both sides.
Yeah. No, for sure. I just thought it was interesting to see. I thought there was maybe. Oh yeah, you're looking at least 2 more.
At least 2 years.
Yeah.
At least
for sure. And that pains me. Like I said, good friend of mine's a Lions fan, lifelong Lions fan. So, but that's their MO. So it sucks. But hopefully, they make the right selection at quarterback. For whoever's going to come in next. It clearly you know, I want to say if I had to put a percentage on it, let's say there's a 12% chance that maybe that guy is Jared Goff. You know, maybe there's something clicks, maybe change of scenery. I can't imagine going from the West Coast and sunny beaches to the not sunny beaches of Detroit is gonna spark anything for the guy. But who knows? You know, maybe he gets in there and you know they can work some magic. But yeah, I just don't see that being the long-term answer either. So, where do they go? If they can make the right selection and Campbell's the guy, bite some kneecaps off and compete for a division, make a playoff run. So,
Yeah, and again, it's no secret the Lions are in a rebuild. I think even with Stafford, they were still in a rebuild. It feels like they've been in one for a long time. That's just God. That is one of those franchises that even as a Chargers fan, I'm like, God, I feel bad for the Lions. I really do. Like that's saying something. But
they have better
I
special teams than you guys.
dude, everybody has better special teams than the Chargers.
True.
But I don't know. I'm pulling for Detroit. I hope it works out. And again, if it works out for the Rams, good. Like I said, I definitely think they are not at all getting worse by this. If anything, maybe they can get over that hump, get to the NFC Championship where they'll, beat Aaron Rodgers because that's what he tends to do in the NFC Championship.
I mean, mark my words, man. All these people that are laughing at the Rams, like, if Stafford stays healthy, man, I'm telling you, I can sling it. He's gonna have a great offense. He's gonna have weapons. He's gonna have a great defense. So, yeah, man, he's gonna rack up some. He's still gonna be Stat Padford, but he's gonna be doing it on a winning playoff team, is what I'm anticipating.
Right. Maybe he'll be doing it in the first, second, and third quarter instead of all in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
in the fourth quarter of the season. That's what.
Right. There you go. No, I tend to agree with you. Actually, I really like that outlook. There was one other thing I saw in the NFL this weekend that kind of made me laugh. We're all human. We tend to enjoy cutting corners when we can if we don't have to do any extra work. Well, there was a story that came out today about Rob Gronkowski and his preseason workouts here. As you can see, during the offseason workouts, Gronk had to run sprints, record them and send them to the Bucs. So to get out of it, he recorded himself running sprints at different shirts on the same day, and then sent the videos in on different days. I gotta say, that's kind of a genius move, man. Put all that work in one day, and then just kind of chill. Just send a different video each day the rest of the day. I thought that was pretty funny.
How hard is it to run like? What are we talking here? Are we talking like multiple back and forth sprints? Are we talking just like he has to send him a video of him doing one 40-yard sprint? Because I feel like. Shit, if it's just one 40-yard sprint a day, Gronk's got to be a wealthy guy. I'm sure he's got a big house. Run to your mailbox, bro. Just put the GoPro on, run to your fucking mailbox, grab your mail and your newspaper, run back. Hey guys, working hard, and then peace out. Yeah, end the video. So, but yes, I agree with you. For somebody who people think can only spike a football and dance and party, good for him, man. Had to take a little intelligence and a little forethought to tell himself, like, I'm only gonna do all this in one day. Bring me 5 of my Gronk T-shirts. Let's get it. Which is shocking that he even owns 5 T-shirts.
Right? Yeah, I know that. I think that should have been the tip-off right there. Is wait, Gronk's wearing a shirt? Dude, something's not right here.
Who runs with Gronk of all people runs with different colored T-shirts every day of the week? Give me a break.
I kind of had the same thought you did, though. It was like, okay, like is it just one sprint? I'm guessing kind of by that it was have to be like multiple sprints that they're watching just to make sure. But yeah, once I read that, I was like, man, that's genius. Like, just do more work in one day, so that way you can just kind of relax all the other days. Hey, man, so some people think, myself included, think Gronk's a little bit of an idiot, but he might be a little bit smarter than I think he is.
A lot of people out there, they work the 410, the 9 to 5, the 410. Gronk, man, he works the 1-4. That's it. Done.
Exactly, man. He's got too much partying to do, man. He can't be wasting time on sprints. So Nick just sends in a comment here. Tom Brady really considering playing till 45? Dude, I don't see why not. I really don't see why not.
55, man. What are we talking about? 45? That's a given at this point. 55.
He's like, look, first half of the season, I completely thought like, okay, this is it, like he's done. But that second half of the season, man, he turned into the Tom Brady of old. And look, love it or hate it, man, he can still throw it.
How
He
great
can
would
still
it
throw it.
be? Imagine, fast forward, 55-year-old Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl and they do the whole spiel, You just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going? McDonald's. Reduced price
Just,
seniors coffee.
there you go.
Talk to me next season. It's time to get to work. Brady out. Avocado ice cream, man. That's the secret. So,
Apparently, that's a secret. Yeah. Apparently, I gotta put down the freaking Ben and Jerry's Americone Dream and go with that
I
avocado.
looked at pictures of that avocado ice cream. It looks good, but I can't imagine you could let's be honest here. Somebody could dress up some poop and be like, "Oh yeah, this is ice cream." If you
That's
dressed
true.
it up and made it look like ice cream, chances are you could frame it up and well enough. So when I saw that avocado ice cream, that's what I envisioned. I said, "Looks like it could be appetizing, probably poop ice cream." So I'm
Right.
not going to touch it. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Good point. All right. So another thing I want to talk about that I noticed over the weekend was the Brooklyn Nets continue to, I would say, underachieve. Would that be a nice way to put it? Fucking giving up 149, giving up 48 points in the fourth quarter in a loss to the at the time 3-win Washington Wizards. Now they have their fourth win.
Sorry, just real quick. Who's on the Wizards roster? Talk to me.
Beal
One more.
and Westbrook.
That's it, man.
That's
all
it.
you need.
That's their roster.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me how they scored 48 points in one quarter. That's how you just answered. The West Beal Express.
But I mean, and we've seen this a lot in the Nets game since the Big Three have gotten there. Yeah, they've got these Big Three studs, but they play zero defense. They play no defense whatsoever. And you can't convince me. Look back at these championship teams over the years. Who has had a shitty defense that went on to win the championship?
Yeah, nobody. Kevin Durant will play defense. I think he's had the year off. It's going to take him some time. But I think when push comes to shove, Kevin Durant is going to be the guy. The problem is he cannot do it by himself.
Right.
Harden or Kyrie is going to have to step up. Now, granted, that was one thing that when the Cavaliers made their run with LeBron and Kyrie, Kyrie was able to get he almost played like Allen Iverson defense, where it wasn't necessarily that he was the greatest on-ball defender or anything like that. He was just quick and he knew how to get in passing lanes and he knew how to, just harass and get steals and things of that nature, just get, because of his athleticism. I just don't think he has that anymore. For whatever the reason is, just older, age, whatever it may be. I just don't feel like he has the quickness to make up for a lack of defensive effort overall. So that's something that's going to hurt them. But again, I mean, they're 16-9, dude. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're in the Eastern Conference. Defense against Arkansas Slim. Defense by any means necessary.
You can't defend against that guy. You can't defend against him.
No, it's no, they are 100%. But they won't be the first or the last team to do that. This is going to be, I mean, I think it's no coincidence that Steve Nash is is the head coach, and obviously his biggest success was in the Mike D'Antoni system. So it seems pretty obvious that's just that's going to be their approach. And again, I don't think Kevin Durant's enough. They need a Draymond Green. You know what I mean? They need one or two, at least two of those guys who can just come in and they're reckless, they're physical. They can take up fouls if necessary. They're gonna bang in the paint. That's what she said. I get it, but they need a couple enforcers like that, and I just don't see them down the stretch. Now they may come out of the East, and that's just because raw talent and scoring the ball, but oh no, man, what? I mean, he does look that's become a running joke this short NBA season thus far is pictures of Bradley Beal, albeit on the bench, on the sideline, even on the court in between, timeouts or whistles or whatever it may be, just looking miserable. Doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Doesn't matter if they're winning, losing. It's just looking miserable. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know we're not I'm sure we have a lot of people tuning in that are Washington fans, but
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
don't have much to comment on them. It's gonna be, let's hope it's Brooklyn Lakers for entertainment purposes. But Lakers look strong. They got another win tonight, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of they have the Nets remind me a lot of like what my Kings could be if the Kings had 3 stars, where it's just like, yeah, they can run up and down the court, they can score at will, but they just cannot guard anybody. They cannot prevent scoring to save their life. And I think that's kind of maybe the difference between the East and the West is like, look, the Kings are what, 8-11, maybe 9-11. I think they won tonight, and then the Nets are second place in the East. And that just kind of shows you like all the power out in the West. I mean, yeah, there's a few decent teams in the East, but I think you're right. Like the Nets, they're still going to run through the East, even though they play zero defense whatsoever. But then they're going to get against this, whoever comes out of the West, probably going to be the Lakers. And all of a sudden it's going to be like, okay, well, when we can't score every time down the court, like now they're screwed because they play zero defense. And it's, you bring in this big 3 team, you mortgage your immediate future. And what's it going to get you if you can't stop the team from scoring at all? It's, I don't know. I think it's only going to get worse with the Nets before it gets better too, because I just can't wait till these 3 start infighting with each other and blaming each other.
And to what you said, getting worse before it gets better, I do think it will get better. I think they are going to get better progressively as the year goes on. They'll figure something out because inevitably they're going to have to. They're going to want, to be, regardless of fan situation, they're going to want some sort of whatever home court is this season. So just for sheer lack of depth in the Eastern Conference, they're going to be able to do enough, barring, catastrophic injury to, 2/3 of those 3. I just don't see them not coming out of the East. So, yeah, but it does remain to be seen. It's let's just put it this way: a team head coached by Steve Nash, with Kevin Durant coming off a year of not playing, Kyrie Irving doing whatever the hell he's doing, walking across the sheer face of this flat Earth that we reside on. And and James Harden, miraculously going on the Nutrisystem diet and losing, 40 Houston pounds before he, relocates to Brooklyn. I just don't know, man. Let's just wait for the circus, to start really popping off. Because right now we're just on the outside looking at all the billboards, like, ooh, bearded lady, ooh, sweet, elephant, on a unicycle. We're about to get in there and see that shit for real. So let's let that happen, and then we can really pop off.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I think I am with you. Like, it will get better at some point in time, but again, I just think there's going to be a lot of infighting, a lot of finger pointing before maybe around playoff time. With these 3 guys kind of like, all right, like let's just put everything aside. Let's start playing. Let's do what we can. But again, I don't think it's going to work against the West, against these teams that can actually play 2-way basketball. It's just, I don't know. I really have doubts that it's going to lead to a championship for the Nets. But maybe I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Maybe I'm wrong about this one.
Let's hope not.
That's right. Kings Nets in the finals. Kings winning.
Pump the brakes.
Hey, look, if the Kings just made the playoffs, I'd be thrilled with that. But there was some other news that did come out. Actually, just before we jumped on air, I saw this. So over the weekend, the MLB presented a proposition to the Players Association.
Oh boy.
To maybe do a 154-game season. Players still get full pay. Push the start date back to the end of April in hopes that maybe more people be vaccinated, maybe people can come to games so the players or the owners can make some money off of attendance. And the Major League Baseball Players Association basically said, fuck you, we're going to start on time. You handle it. So it's I mean, as a baseball fan, I'm still excited. I've always kind of been more power to the players on this one. But it's definitely still kind of looking like there's going to be a reckoning after this year. Once the collective bargaining agreement comes up, it's going to get real nasty. I don't think the players and the MLB have agreed on much over the years. It's been a lot of, one side proposes one thing, the other one just immediately shoots it down. So we are still, as of right now, the MLB spring training is going to start at the same time they predicted, which will be kind of late at the end of this month. They'll start the regular season on time. Hopefully they're just kind of, I guess, hoping there's no COVID outbreaks that shuts things down. But again.
Fixing glasses, sorry. I'm still with you, buddy. I'm still with you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But again, just kind of more infighting between the players and the owners. I think, if they can get through this season again, it's Ronnie and I've said it a million times on here. It's kind of looking towards, maybe a big strike coming when the collective bargaining agreement comes up at the end of this season.
It is. I'm gonna take another angle on this. Unless Elon Musk steps in and he wants to let these motherfuckers play on the moon, I don't see this shit happening. So it's hey, Dodgers back-to-back World Series champions by default if we don't get a season. So
I'll take it.
Whatever, yeah. Man. That's my stance on baseball this year. We get another one, baby.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take that. By hook or by crook, I'll take that.
For sure.
But it just, as a massive baseball fan, it does worry me because, I remember the last strike. I remember how bad it was, and it took some roided up monsters hitting 70 home runs a year to kind of bring baseball back. And I don't think their numbers are as bad as people have been insinuating, but they definitely do not have the best numbers as far as TV. It is a fan base that's just getting older and older. They're not really reaching out to the youth to try and make new fans. And a strike definitely is not going to help its cause.
I mean, baseball is just so regional. I think at the end of the day, as time progresses, we're going to see a much smaller Major League Baseball league. Forget expansion. I think we're going to see what would be the opposite, retraction. I think there's going to be some teams maybe folding up. You might see a scenario where maybe some teams, but you're going to have your core team. That's the thing. The teams with strong regions. The Dodgers, albeit make fun of the fans all you want, they sell out year in and year out, dude. Like their fans, fill the stadium. So I think teams like that will stay around. St. Louis, Chicago Cubs. Maybe you see a scenario where just some of these, smaller teams, maybe like the Marlins and the Rays just merge. I just think down there, and obviously this is, further down the line, but I just think for money purposes and to have it be reasonable, trying to sell it to these TV companies and trying to get these TV deals and things of that nature, I don't know that there's going to be enough money. With all the streaming that goes on now for all these little, like your Yes Networks and your WNs and things of that nature, I don't know if there's going to be enough, to go around, I guess. There is less pie, to quote my boy Jerry Jones, there's going to be substantially less pie. So, we'll see where it goes with baseball. But again, let's lock out for 5 years, dude. 6-time champions. Let's run it. Dodgers, baby.
That would be great. Dodgers just double their championship total because of lockouts. So
they're gonna get to 30 titles, bro, in no time. Who are the Yankees, bro?
That's right. Yeah, take all your titles from the 1920s. We got the 2020s locked up.
Yeah. Kershaw's just racking up rings. He's not retired. He's 52 years old. Coming back for next year. But you guys haven't played. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Hey, doesn't matter. Got to defend the title, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but again, it is two-sided again because I am worried about the future, but at the same time, I love spring training. I love Major League Baseball, so the sooner they can come back, the happier I will be. Especially when my Kings suck, the Anaheim Ducks suck. So I gotta have something good to watch on those weeknights instead of watching the Kings try and lose 140 to 128 or something like that to the Pacers. So.
Hey man, you might as well be your Brooklyn Nets West Coast.
That's exactly what the Kings are, I think.
No, dude, you guys came first. They are the Kings, East Coast.
Oh, there we go. I like that. But, so I did also want to talk because you mentioned earlier that you did get to catch a bit of the Royal Rumble. I, of course, did watch the whole thing. You texted me during the show. So of course, we did get to see. You mentioned 47-year-old, 11-time former champion Edge winning the Men's Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair, the new young upstart, winning the Women's Royal Rumble. How much of the show did you get to catch?
So, I'm trying to think. I want to say I caught about the last 12 to 14 minutes of the actual Rumble. So and actually when I text you, that was something I was going to text you, was like I was a little caught off guard when I saw Orton come back in. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not gonna front here. I didn't go back and read no recaps either and cheat. I got in when I could. I watched what I could, and yeah, as to be honest, I agree with you, Nick. Yes, indeed. And kind of the way he was eliminated was pretty anticlimactic, if I do say so myself. I thought the last 4 to 5 eliminations were pretty ragtag. They were almost pretty much all 5 cut from the same cloth. It was the old essential one guy's trying to hook another guy over. Guy who was previously dead recovers, gets up, and throws them both out, or throws one out, or however the case may go. So I thought that was a little anticlimactic, but yeah, that was gonna be my follow-up text though, was like I had actually, full disclosure, my phone was dead. So I got my phone plugged in, I started watching, and as soon as I realized that, it was still like Edge and Christian in there, I was kind of like, okay, well, Edge is winning this, bro. Like I was almost thinking like he's too. Wrestling's going to a point where they're clamoring for people. They're begging The Rock to come back. They're trying to get guys to make all these appearances. Taker and all this shit. So, Edge is kind of one of those last. It's pretty much Edge and Jericho and Triple H are like that last cut of like, they had pops. You know what I mean? They were the tail end. So it's not too surprising, but yeah, man, old Edge, touch of gray. Like that's what he should change his name to, Edge Touch of Gray.
Well, it's funny you mention that because that's something that I think a lot of wrestling fans have had issues with. Like, I mean, a lot of more the diehard that we're going to watch every week. People like me, where it's they fail to create new stars, so they're having to bring back Edge to win the Royal Rumble. They're having to
old superstar,
still having to feature Randy Orton in main event spots. Although I do like a lot of the work Orton's been doing lately. They brought back Christian. That was the first time he's wrestled for them in 5 or 6 years, I think, something like that. They brought back Carlito, who was a mid card guy that a lot of fans did like. It's the first time he's been there since 2010, something like that. Like, I mean, it's been a while since he's been there. So
Bad Bunny? What about Bad Bunny, man?
You know what? Here's the thing about that. Here's the funny thing about that. Like, I don't listen to Bad Bunny. I'm not familiar with the songs. Like, I know who he is, but I don't listen to him. You know what? If that helps bring younger audiences in, gets more people in, I'm all for it. It's kind of a funny thing. Like, wrestling fans always criticize Vince McMahon for being out of touch, and then when they announce Bad Bunny, wrestling fans also go, "Oh, who's that? Nobody knows who he is." Like, come on, guys.
What was the name of the move that Randy Orton put on Edge?
Which one? The RKO?
That was a diamond cutter. No.
I'll go true old school wrestling fan. Go to say it, it's the Ace Crusher. Suck it. You don't even know what that is. You don't even know what that is.
He got Ace crushed. So yeah, no, it was kudos to Edge, and they're doing what they can. So my boy R-Truth, didn't make it happen. So it's okay, man. And then full disclosure, we don't have to go on because this is old news, but like I told you, I ended up spending the next 40 or so minutes after that just watching old matches that I liked.
Hey, that's the beauty of the network, man. It's $10 and you can find whatever you want to watch.
Got to get the most out of it,
So there's a comment that I've seen Nick saying, hey, you're saying you didn't get to see this because you only got to see the men's Rumble. But definitely one of the highlights of the night was in actually the match before the Rumble for the world title. It was the last man standing between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. And at one point in time, this happened really out of nowhere. It looks like two guys riding in a cart together. That's actually Kevin Owens going through the plexiglass because he got ran over by a golf cart that Reigns was driving.
Nice.
I would definitely recommend going back and checking that out because that spot was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely have to do that. I mean, how can I say this? As somebody who has been in spurts of my life quite the avid golfer, I've been lucky and fortunate enough to play a substantial amount of golf at public courses and fairly cheap courses, with carts included. My fair share of mishaps have taken place. These were not kayfabe. These were legit. These were people trying to be smooth and saying, just drive up and I'll jump on as I'm getting in.
These were a shoot,
Yeah.
as they would say in the wrestling business.
This things have happened. So yeah, no, good for them. They pumped that in there. I mean, not to sound like the get off my lawn, back in my day guy, but I didn't see no cement trucks, filling up cars or monster trucks or explosions. So but I will definitely go back and check it out because anytime a golf cart is involved, I'm intrigued. You have my attention, You had me at golf cart.
There we go. And Nick asks who Edge is challenging at WrestleMania. From the looks of it, it looks like he's going to be facing Drew McIntyre. But we'll see how that goes. They got a couple months to figure that out.
Which, by the way, sounds like a country singer, but that's fine.
Yeah, it kind of does. Actually. I didn't realize that. I think he's
charting in at number 2 on the CMT Hot 40 this week. It's Drew McIntyre with "Damn I Miss You."
I would love that because he's got like a real thick Scottish accent. So like hearing a Scottish country singer would actually be kind of amazing.
Touche.
All right, let me see here. Sorry.
Hey, real quick, this is the time.
Go.
This is the portion of the show where I tell you that we're T-minus 6 days and counting from the Super Bowl, my friend.
We are 6 days away from the Super Bowl. Actually, that was kind of what I was looking for, but I don't have my graphic available. I thought I did. But
here, I got you. Super Bowl.
There we go. Perfect. That's it right there. But yeah, actually, that's something that I was going to be setting up for Wednesday's show. Is probably going over a lot of the prop bets. I don't know if you got.
I'm so excited. One of my favorite times of year. This is Christmas. If you were a middle-aged man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, they came out last week. I sent you and Ronnie both a text to link with all 36 pages of prop bets. I'm still going through it. Like I haven't even looked through the whole thing yet.
I'm on page number 8 myself.
No, page 8. There we go. I think
man can only poop so much, while they're reading.
What better time to read the prop bets than on the throne, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, it's. I mean, look, got to be hyped for the Super Bowl. Again, we'll kind of talk more about it as the week goes along. I think there's a little bit of the shine is maybe taken away because of of COVID. I don't even know, have the Chiefs even gotten there yet? I don't think they even get there for a couple days.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're coming in. How sweet would it be if they just arrived via like blimp, like
just chopper in, just
yeah, or like by horseback, wagon train. Why don't teams do that? That would be rough.
Yeah, but now you're getting into an Oregon Trail situation where somebody's going to die of a snake bite on the way over there.
Yeah, exactly. Patrick Mahomes, probably questionable dysentery. So, that doesn't surprise me, man. I don't expect them to get in. They probably want to make this as short a trip as humanly possible. Tampa Bay obviously is at a distinct advantage regardless of the fans, number of fans that are going to be present or not. They're at a significant advantage, so I don't see KC wanting to come in and anytime soon. But it's going to be interesting. They're going to want to acclimate themselves with the time zone at least a few days early. I would imagine probably Wednesday, if I had to guess. Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, which seems par for the course for the most part. But yeah, I just it's going to be a great game. I don't think there's much, weight put upon, when they do get there, or
Hmm.
not to debunk, the question or the, anything, the topic here. I think it's just going to be a matchup of two really good teams that, have a long time to prepare right now. Obviously, you want to give the edge to Andy Reid in terms of just the coaches, but it's almost like when you look at Bruce Arians, he gets a little couple extra notches because the guy he's working with, the quarterback. So um, it's going to be a cool, kind of chess match to watch play out. I'm really excited for this Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a really fun one.
I almost wonder if there even is if the Chiefs treat this as any different road game, just because again with COVID, with everything going on, like it's not a case where they have to be there all week, so they're sleeping in a different hotel bed all week. Like they kind of can just stay home where they're at, maybe fly over there Friday, Saturday, whatever, and just
Yeah.
treat it like a regular road game. So I kind of almost feel like because of this year, you would think Tampa has the home field advantage, being the Super Bowl's in their stadium, but it's almost, I don't know. I almost think the Chiefs are just like, no, it's just a regular road game. Like, but it's
Yeah.
the last road game of the year that we can't lose.
Yeah, I just depending, I'm not privy to what the situation is in terms of like the media days and things of that nature, what the responsibilities are for these guys. Um, I'd assume though, yeah, like just to piggyback on what you said, I'd assume whatever the latest that they can be there, that's when they're going to be there. If they're like, hey, you have press duties on Thursday evening, cool, we'll be there Thursday afternoon. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be, whenever they can be there as late as possible. So. Maybe
Hey,
Tyreek Hill's running,
yeah,
maybe
he
he could
could
go
he could
run
be
there.
sprinting there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just running there. He's on his way already. So
Okay.
he's like, see you guys there.
Actually, it looks like, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off here, but it looks like we do have a guest calling in here. So we're
Do
gonna
we have
go.
a tamale sponsor?
We have no. Actually, today we have on the
Oh,
humorous on
beautiful.
the Rollerama Celebrity Hotline over at 819 East 34th Street. Rollerama. Do you remember the 70s? Because we sure do. So coming in now is one Mr. Ronnie Davis. Ronnie, how you doing, my friend?
Yo. Thank you also for procuring the Rollerama sponsorship, a very formative establishment in my youth.
Absolutely.
Thank you, excuse me, Justin, for filling in. You can see I'm here in the Denver
Oh, there we go.
International Airport.
I was gonna say it's really close to your face. Really, really close to your face. Not that it's not a handsome face,
Who
but
got a link?
yeah.
What is this graphic? What am I seeing? Leave for 4 days? What is this? What is this?
Oh yeah. No, I
It's a
like it, man.
takeover, bro. It's a takeover.
Um,
This is what happens when you
look,
forfeit your responsibilities. Okay.
don't worry. Whoever the font guy is, he got a little wild, got a little ahead of himself, a little rambunctious. Looks like he used like 6 different fonts throughout, but it's effort, man. That's what matters. That might be the Wolfpack NWO O that's being utilized there, and then
Yeah, I see a lot of different. That's a mishmash of several things that I'm saying. I don't know
yeah.
what I'm saying right now.
No, that's probably what Lions fans are telling themselves. So
Well,
What about
Ronnie,
Eagles fans? I hope
how are
I
we
played the
doing this?
clip.
We have not played it yet. Actually, would you like me to play that for you since you're calling in on the hotline?
Please, if you could.
All right, we were able to acquire the clip from the press conference last week with the new Eagles head coach Chris Farley here. The Chris
Important to me
Farley
is that we
show.
build a smart football team, that we have a smart football team here. And I know we have the people in place to do that. The first part of being smart is knowing what to do. We're gonna have systems in place that are easier to learn. All right, complicated to the defense or offense that they're going against, or the special teams group they're going against, but easy for us to learn. Because when we can when we can learn our system and we can get good at our system, then our talent can take over. Less thinking equals talent take over, but we need to have systems in place, and we will have systems in place to do so.
Wow.
I'm a doer. Not a thinker.
He's a big picture guy. He's going to have systems. And when those systems are in place, whatever they are, we're going to have systems.
They're going
There
to
is.
play smart. They're going to play smart.
I'm
I
sorry.
like the
There's
part too
just
where he he said it's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy system for our guys, but complicated for the players playing against. It'll be hard
well, yeah,
for
because
them.
your guys are gonna have the playbook and they're not, doofus.
Right, exactly.
That's how most things work. Yeah, that poor guy. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to not say that there was a big essence of, man, I gotta Dan Campbell the shit out of this, and he just doesn't have that. That's not him,
That
dude.
was definitely his
Like,
first time getting up in front of that kind of stage. Maybe a little Chris Farley there for sure.
for sure. I want to see a guy who gets a job and comes out and gives the most monotone one-word answers ever. Like people like, hey, what's your direction with the team? Like, where are you going?
Win.
We're playing to
Exactly.
win.
Like, win games.
I can
And then
tell
they,
all
like,
the fans out
hey,
there we are going to try to win.
do you think you guys are going to be able to move forward with the current quarterback, or are you guys going to need to maybe look for somebody in the draft?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, teams need a
Yes.
quarterback. We're aware of that, and we're looking into that.
How do you feel about that? Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't commit to that at this time.
Or just
I would.
just pull them off, Sean. Just a bunch of I'm only here so I don't get fined answers.
In your debut press conference.
Yeah.
I would like our production team when they get a moment, pull aside some footage of Bill Belichick's son doing some press. If you've ever, if you know those moments where you like see the father, excuse me, the father, then you see the child and he portrays the father so well. It's like spitting image, and you can't help but get a sense of pride, even though you're not the father and you're not the kid in the situation. It's just you see that. There's so much of that, man. Like that guy.
They're close. Oh,
He is so ridiculously. I can't wait. Whoever
with a
gets that guy, I
special,
don't care if he's a subpar, positional coach. He's gonna be a good asset.
great mullet also with the early Kyler Squidbillies or Rusty Kyler, sorry, Squidbillies mullet.
Real quick, we didn't touch on it either. Congratulations, Pro Bowl Madden MVP Kyler Murray.
Oh, of course.
All right, shout out.
Of course.
Shout out.
I'm glad somebody knows something that happened at the Pro Bowl because I don't.
I saw that on the guide
Thank you,
yesterday.
Pat McAfee Show.
It was like the Pro Bowl celebration, and I was like, I can't even bring myself to stoop that low to even turn that on. I don't even want to know what that is.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I think the three of us combined, for our team, where our fandom lies, I don't think you probably had Waller. I'd have to assume Waller made it. Herbert probably makes it in some way, shape, or form because he's young and he probably plays Madden. Can't imagine
Maybe.
anybody on the we didn't Danucci wasn't up there with his headset let's get it on, So I can't imagine we had any representatives out there. Maybe CD, but yeah. Congrats, Kyler.
Couldn't even
Hoist that
tell you.
title, man.
What's more prestigious, the Madden Pro Bowl MVP or the Nick MVP?
Oh,
Well,
I
I
think it's
wanna
the
know-
MVP for sure.
Now,
You're going-
now I will say, does Kyler Murray now get on his Wikipedia entry Pro Bowl MVP?
I would
Because-
assume he has a guy that could do that, a PR person. They should
Put
be
that on
on
his
it, though.
resumes.
Yeah,
Put that on his
if you
resumes
get-
for life.
Yeah, you're Pro Bowl MVP, bro. In the field of the best of the best, you were the best. Nobody has to know that it was Madden and it was played on the virtual field.
I
From
saw a
what I
little
gather,
clip
though,
online last night of the very first Pro Bowl, and just in the face of the Madden Pro Bowl, I was like, these fools are spinning in their grave. Some of them probably, because they're actually trying to kill each other.
for an extra little bonus, a little cash bonus, they were ready to rip each other's heads off. From what I gathered, though, the Madden Pro Bowl consisted of it was Kyler Murray and some dude, not a football player, playing against Bubba Watson and Snoop Dogg or some shit. I'm gonna do more
Alright.
research. Just as I said, I will do more Royal Rumble research. That is right above on my priority list. Just below that is Madden Pro Bowl Snoop Dogg Bubba Watson research. So I'm gonna get that in for show purposes. I'll have more feedback on Wednesday for sure.
All right. Well, I'm going to board this plane. I'm coming back there to reverse this takeover.
Safe
An
travels.
abomination.
You know what, Ronnie? You know what, Ronnie? No, I'm sick of that crap. You know what? I hope you have a safe flight. But you know what? From now on, this show, no Rons, no Ronnies, no Ronalds. You see it on the headline there. You are gone.
What?
You're gone. You're gone. Safe flight. Safe
Ron's,
flight. Get out of
Ronnie's,
here.
or Ronalds,
Get out of here.
gone.
Get out of here. I don't want that crap. I will not take that. I will not take that from that man.
You know, if you weren't a nicer gentleman, you'd probably put up his flight number and boarding pass and destination so that Arkansas Slim could intercept him and meet him as he gets off his plane.
Oh, Arkansas Slim. This man is going to be waiting on the tarmac for Ronnie. I will not take that kind of abuse from him. No.
What's funny is you don't know if he's waiting on the tarmac. He could just be the lonely guy in the jumpsuit driving the little luggage cart.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
You have no idea. Next thing you know, you get plowed by a luggage cart. You lose a leg and a half, and then and
then you wind up looking like that.
Or your leg looks like that for whatever reason. You know, that's eyeballs. You know?
Or your leg could look like that as well.
It's got Patrick Duffy as a leg.
Nice pull.
Donnie Ravis.
All right. Well, Donnie Ravis, get out of here with you, Ron.
Donnie Ravis. He's a diehard Broncos and San Francisco Giants fan. Donnie Ravis.
Ooh, that's cutting a little deep there.
Yeah. That's him, man.
All right. Well, Justin, I want to say thank you again for filling in, though. Probably going to be on a more permanent basis now that we've got this no Rons, Ronnies, or Ronalds rule.
For sure. And I have none of those in my name whatsoever, so I'm safe right now. I do like McDonald's, but not that much.
Not that much. What? Not a big Ronnie Cycli fan either?
That's touching it. Now I will say that if I had to go above and beyond, Captain Ron, I cannot do without Captain Ron. The movie,
I like that
character both.
Yes.
So if we can,
if
he wants to come back as Captain Ron, complete with a beach shirt and eye patch and hair, I'm down for it. Come back as Captain Ron, but no Ronnies or Ronalds allowed.
You know what? I think I'm kind of with you on that one. Captain Ron will be the one exception to the rule that we have above here.
The only Ron we allow is Captain Ron.
That's it. Well, again, thank you so much for joining in. I think we're going to get out here. We got Patrice coming up here with the Book Club for TV shows, talking the new episode of WandaVision. But Justin, again, thanks so much. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man. Thanks again for having me. And, looking forward to Wednesday and Friday show. We're going to have some hype Super Bowl shows, man. It's going to be fun going over those prop bets, dude. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, look forward to that. Wednesday will probably focus a lot on prop bets. Friday, we'll get a little bit more deeper into just the overall game. But thank you guys so much for tuning in with all the comments. We love you guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Keep the fire.
That's a buzzer. It's good.
See, shut it off.
We might still be out here too.